Okay. Hello, is anybody there? Right, I think we might be back in business. I'm not sure what is going on. Let's try again. Oh, hang on and just see if people can join me. If you're watching this on the replay, we're having a few internet issues. Not quite sure why, because we should have quite a strong connection. Well, it says we've got a strong connection, so we're not quite sure what's going on. Maybe it's a weather-related thing, possibly. But we'll just hang on a moment and hope that people join us again before we move on to another card. I don't want to move on if people are not ready. So we'll just hang on and hope that people can join us. Once we've finished, I will attempt to stitch the two videos together and hope that we get it kind of all in one, or if not, I'll post it as two YouTube videos, end to end. Right, let's add some bling on this card for anyone who's watching on the replay. Where's my bling? Let's have a look. While we're just waiting, hopefully, for people to catch us up again. So you should have in your kit some shimmery gems as well as some matte gems. 3 little shimmery gems. So I'm going to use those on this card. They're just a random scatter, these ones. There we go. Okay, oh, got somebody's found us, wonderful. If you're joining me live, can you just stick something in the comments to say hi, that'd be great. I'm not quite sure what's happening because it looks like we've got a full signal strength, so I don't know why it disconnected, but it seems like we're okay again at the moment, so we will keep our fingers crossed and we'll hope that the teenager upstairs doesn't interrupt our signal if that's what he's doing. But I don't think he is, because it says we've got a strong signal. So if you've managed to find us again and you're rejoining live, then do say hi in the comments. Sally's here, hurrah! Numbers are going back up again, wonderful. So all I've done is finished off my card with a double bunny ears bow, and I've added long tails this time. It does go over the sentiment a little bit, but I'm okay about that actually. And then I've added my bling as well. I've added the sparkle gems to this one, so you should have a couple of sparkle gems in your little bag of goodies as well. So all I've done is added the sentiment, added my my flowers down the side, the double bunny ears bow, and then some sparkly gems, and that's it. So okay, so while we're waiting and hoping that some more people might be able to find us again and rejoin, let's have another raffle prize, shall we? Let's pull another raffle ticket and let's hope, Sally, it's you because you're here, and anybody else who's joined us, let's hope it's somebody that's here again. So our second raffle ticket is 566. Who's got 566? Anybody? Anybody got 566? I'll have a slurp of my tea while I'm waiting as well. Oh, Sally, it's you! How fortuitous! How funny is that? Okay, so what would you like? You've got the lighter than air papers. You've got the in colour gems from last year, or the pretty peacock and gold ribbon. What would you like? And I will add it to your kit for Saturday, and then you can have it on Saturday. What would you like of those three things? There's the ribbon. I should put it on edge so you can see. The gems. The gems are yours, Sally. There we go. Okay. So that's one raffle prize. Brilliant. Okay, where are we now? Who have we got? So we've got 3 out of 4 people I think were crafting with us. So we've made a bit of progress. How is everybody getting on with this card? If you've finished this card and you're ready to move on, then give me some thumbs up. If not, we'll just hang on a moment. Crafting is all about taking your time, so we're not going to rush. If you're watching on the replay, you can always fast forward a bit. I've got 1 thumbs up, that's good. Oh, I've got a couple of thumbs up, wonderful. Okay, that's good then. Right, in that case, let's do this one next, shall we? This one is, let's get that out of the way. This one is a clever design, and you can simplify it or you can make it more complex, completely up to you. So if I open it up, you'll see we've got white on the back of the design, and we've got white inside. So you've got 2 places that you can write, but because they line up, it means you can write all your message inside, and it's not going to show through the front, because that's the problem with a cutaway card, isn't it? Is that often you write your message inside and then you close the front panel. I've done it myself, and then you can still see the writing, which is absolutely hopeless. So I made this one so that there is a white layer on the back of the front panel as well. So if I open it up, look there. And it matches perfectly with that white layer inside, so you've got no fear of your whatever you've written in terms of your sentiment showing. It's absolutely fine. Okay, so what are you going to need for this one? So you are going to need, and I've got slightly different a different patterned paper to my sample, and so some of you also might have the same patterned paper as me. So we've got a card base. And the first thing that you need to do is fold and crease that card base. And then you've got a strip to go down the side. I'll tell you what to do with that in a moment. You've got the 2 pieces of white, one for the inside, one for the back of the front. Does that make sense? You've got a piece of Shy Shamrock, and you've got a piece of patterned paper, which you have got 2 sides to. So whether you've got a piece of patterned paper like mine on the original sample, or whether you've got a piece like this from the In Colours pack, you will have 2 designs. You'll either have stripy or spotty, something floral on the back, or you'll have this kind of sponged effect. So you've got lots of patterns to choose from. You can layer it however you want. If you want to turn that one over and layer it with that one, you can, if you like. Completely up to you what you do with it. Okay, and then you're going to add a sentiment on your little stitched shape. So let's go to the bag of bits, and the stitched shape that we're using for this one is this little hello. Goes in the corner there. And then I've stamped out some flowers and leaves from where are we? Flowers of Beauty. So I've stamped out, I've just used the inside actually of the flower. I haven't even bothered to use the outline. I've just used the infill and the little fronds, the little stamen that goes in the centre. And but I've done exactly the same as I did the first time with the leaves. So I have stamped the full colour for the detailed veins of the leaf, and then stamped off to get that inside image. Okay, and then they've been die cut as well. So let's start with the card base. So let's get all the bits out of the way. The first thing you need to do is you need to cut that front panel in half. So we're going to use the trimmer, and the front panel is 10.5. Excuse me. So you need to cut off about 5 centimetres roughly. If you really want to get it exact, you could line it up and then line up your patterned paper to make sure you've got a nice even border. I'm going to do about 5.2, something like that, and you can make a bookmark or something with that bit. You've got it for another layer. And then what you'll find is this is not cut to size, so it's not cut to length. So you will need to just trim off the bottom there to make sure that it is the right length. So you can use a trimmer to get it really straight, but I am just gonna cut it with scissors by eye. Bit naughty, but that's what I'm gonna do. There we go. That's okay. So that's the first thing to do, is to make the front fold on your card and add that first piece of patterned paper. Our numbers have not gone back up to 4, so we've lost somebody along the way. I don't know who, but we have lost someone. Somebody got bored with the internet, I expect, which I don't blame them, because it's blooming annoying, isn't it? Great when these things work, rubbish when they don't. So that's the first thing. Then you've got your patterned paper and your shy shamrock layer, which you want to layer together. So you can do that piece as well. I'm going to go for the patterned leaves on mine. So I quite like that. And that's going to be in the front of mine. Let's get that extra piece out of the way, don't need that. And then before I do any more sticking, I'm going to do my stamping. So I'm going to stamp my sentiment, which in my case is the hello. So let's see, I'm going to do it in Summer Splash, not Shy Shamrock, sorry. I'm going to do it in Summer Splash and see the difference between those two cards, because this one's in Petunia Pop, so let's do this one in the Summer Splash and see. We've got hello. I'm going to go for friend this time. What you'll find is in the catalogue, it shows you, in fact let me show you, it shows you that each of the die shapes has kind of one sentiment that goes with it, but actually in reality lots of the sentiments go with lots of the die cut images. So if you look at the stamp set image on page 54, you can see that each of these solid shapes has only got one sentiment that's kind of matched up with it on the stamp set, but in reality all of these sentiments can fit on one of these dies. So having the stamp set and the dies as a bundle means that every sentiment you've got has got a die cut label to go with it. So you've got hope, friend, you're a true blessing, hello, faith, is believing in a brighter tomorrow. So you can match some of these sentiments up as well. Best of luck, peace, faith, is being sure of what we cannot see. Love makes the world a better place. Never gives up. With sympathy, you've got this little one. Celebrate. May all your wishes come true. You are loved. Have a blessed day. Feel better soon. Happy birthday just for you, to you and yours, and my heart goes out to you. So you've got 25 sentiments there, and all of them in the bundle where you save 10% also has a matching die to go with it. So that's pretty handy. Right, okay, let's have let's have a block to go with this one. Is there a tiny block there, please? Yes, there it is. Oh no, you found it. Thank you. friend. I like sending friend cards, actually. Brighten somebody's day, hey. Right, there we go. So we've got that. So there's lots of different ways that you can do this next piece. I find it best to put this matted layer, the patterned layer, on first, because that's the focal point of the card. That's the bit that you want to make sure you've got central, and you do need to bring it a fair way over to the left hand hinge edge of the card. And remember, you're only putting tape or glue behind this half of the card, of the matte layer. You don't want to put glue or anything behind the right hand side, because it will stick to the inside of the card. So I'm just going to put a few kind of stripes of tape down this edge. Seems like the signal settled a bit, so that's good. And then I'm going to put it pretty central, top and bottom, but a fair way over to this left hand hinge edge. Give that a good press down. And then you can work out where your white layer needs to go behind. So I'm just lining it up to make a frame of that front piece so that it frames nicely. I'm going to put my finger down on the white edge, open it up, and then I can see where it needs to go inside. And so what I'm going to do is just put a little mark in the corners where I want that edge to go. Just lifting the corner, and it's going to be covering where I've put the dot, so I'm not worried about the dot showing, because I've lifted the corner and I'm just going to put it just in over the top of that dot. And obviously if you decide to use wet glue, then you will be able to slide it around anyway, so you do have that option if you want to. I'm just going to line it up so it's going to cover those dots, and it's going to be flat with that corner. There we go. I'll get my glue rubber, I think. Just get that, lift that little bit of glue off the corner there. That's better. Lift that up out of the way. That's better. It won't stick. And then obviously you also need to add that corresponding layer, so that's going to lie straight over the top, and you can see where that's going to stick. So as on this card, oops, sorry, didn't mean to jog the camera stand then. I just stuck it on the inside, but actually you could also stick it to the back of your piece of summer splash card as well, your matte layer, if you really want to anchor it down. The key thing is that it's lined up with the piece that you've already stuck underneath. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just again mark where I want that glue to go, so that so that I just make sure that I mark the inside of where that is going to go, because that now I know that I can put glue all over that piece and then it will stay put. So I'm going to use wet glue for this bit. So plenty of glue on that inside where I know it's going to hold, and a bit out to the edge as well. And then keeping it where over the top of that other layer, the inside layer, just fold it over and stick it firmly down. And then when you next open it, it's all stuck in place for you. And then if you're going to add any stamped flowers or die cut images or anything, you can go ahead and add those on top of that front panel next. I think I'm just going to stick with the flowers that are from the paper actually. And so I'm then going to add my sentiment. This one, the sentiment's stuck down flat, but because I'm not adding anything extra, I'm just going to add a few dimensionals behind this time. Oh, I can see our numbers have gone back up to 4, so somebody's found us again, that's good. Apologies, I'm not quite sure what's going on with the internet tonight. Sadly, it's completely out of my control, I'm afraid, because I do have full signal according to the information that Facebook's given me. And because I've not added those extra flowers to this second one, I'm going to add some more bling instead, I think. Okay, so what shall we do? What colours shall we add this time? Let's have that summer splash, I think. And a petunia pop down on the friend. There we go. So almost a cased card there, so same layout, just a slightly different look. Because I didn't add the extra flowers this time, I just went with what was on the paper. I'll be really interested to see what everybody comes up with when you make your own, and I'm really hoping that you'll all share what you've made over the weekend before I do the prize draw on Sunday night. Because I think, you know, with different people using different stamp sets and die cut pieces and what have you, we're going to get some real variety in what these cards look like, which is great because it'll give everybody lots of different ideas of how to remake this layout again another time, which is brilliant. So yeah, it'd be really good. And this weekend, so I'm really busy on Sunday. Got lots of people coming and family and stuff. I'm going to give you an extra day to add your to either get an order in to me to be in the May prize draw, or or if you want to finish making your cards and then put photos into the Facebook post to be in the draw, you get an extra day. So I'm not going to draw the prize on Sunday night, I'm going to draw it on Monday night instead, as it's bank holiday. I should have said at the beginning as well, the reason that we're doing, oh hi Diane from Ontario, hi. The reason that we're doing it tonight and not next Thursday, which would be our normal night, is because Evelyn and I are going to see Take That in concert. Yay! And Ollie Murs as well, so that'll be really exciting. So apologies that we're a week early, but... Okay, so there we go. That is card number 3. So just leave those there a moment and we'll have our third raffle prize. Oh, we've got some thumbs up. Brilliant, good. So third raffle prize for tonight is number 568. Anybody got 568? And if you have, do you want the lighter than air papers or do you want the Pretty Peacock and Gold ribbon? Thank you, Diane. Thank you. I'll put all of the cards we've made tonight up on the under the camera at the end. So we've got one more to make after this. So anybody got 568 in the raffle? If not, I will add that to my camera stand, and if nobody claims it by the end, then Bernie, yay! Can you have the paper? Absolutely you can, Bernie. Bernie. Papers are yours. Fabulous. Good, good, good. So that means 561. If anybody joins with 561, you've won the Pretty Peacock and Gold ribbon. Right, there we go. Okay, so that's all the raffle prizes done for tonight. Brilliant. Okay, so let's move that one to one side. And let's bring in our final card for tonight, which is this one. So this is the final card, and this one is clever because your die cut pieces that are in your little kit bag fit together to create the sentiment. You're welcome, Bernie. So you're going to need your final piece of Petunia Pop cardstock. You're going to need your 4 rectangles, 2 of which will be the same and 2 of which will be opposites. And I should say at this point that these may not be perfect size matches, so you may need to line them all up, as you can see with mine, look, and then you might need to trim the edges before you stick them down on your card. So what you might want to do is to stick them first on a piece of spare card before we stick them onto the actual card front, okay? So we'll do that in a moment. So let's add that bit of patterned plain white there. And then you also need, you will have a Summer Splash frame that has some leaves attached to the frame. You've got a white one as well, but you've also got the insert for the white one, and the insert fits neatly inside the Summer Splash frame, obviously, as well, because it's the same die cut piece. So you're going to stamp your sentiment on the white piece, but when you assemble the card, you're going to put the white piece inside that other, the Summer Splash frame. And then you've got an extra set of leaves as well, because there's an extra leaf die in this suite as well. So the extra leaves go just under the back there of that sentiment, okay? So let's do it step by step. Let's do the stamping first, then we'll stick the 4 squares together, and then we'll add all the bits and pieces. So get out that funny shaped white piece and you're going to add your sentiment. So let's see what we've got left in the Unbounded Love that we haven't used yet. Let's use, how about Just For You? We haven't used that one yet. Let's go with Just For You. Will that fit on here? I think it will. Let's have a look. Yeah, it will. We'll go with that one though. Evelyn, if you've got a block for Just For You, please. That square one will be perfect. Thank you so much. And let's go with, where's the Petunia Pop? Let's have that. There we are. So the only in colour that we haven't really used tonight is the Peach Pie. That's the only one. But this pack of papers does come with some Peach Pie patterns as well. It's just we've been concentrating on all the pinks tonight. Right, am I going to get this? Is this going to line up right? Let's just work out how twisted does the sentiment need to be. I think this may be a wonky sentiment, but never mind. Oh, it's just dropped off the bottom there. Didn't have it quite high enough. Never mind. Bespoke, I believe you call that. I'm quite sure the person that receives it won't mind. Okay, so I've got my sentiment stamped. Got the card base, so let's fold and crease that. Give that a nice sharp crease first. And then I'm going to make up my kind of patchwork next. Like I said, you may find that your corners, your pieces are not identical, in which case, oh no, actually, you may just need to wiggle them around so that they are identical. There we go. Actually, I think I just had the wrong ones matched up, because it does work. So you've got a bit of a jigsaw piece there. So actually, I'm not going to use the white paper. I'm going to stick them straight onto my card front, I think, if they layer nicely. Let's have a look and see, shall we? Can I layer them? And I haven't got it on the right side, so I always like to have my extra overlap piece where you open it on the front, not on the back. So we're like, can I still get a nice border? Do I need to trim any pieces off here? No, I think that'll work. Oh, that's good. Sometimes you just need to wriggle it, don't you? And see what happens. Right, so I don't get any bounce back, I'm going to open my card front up before I start sticking. And I'm just going to start in one corner and then work my way around. So I'm going for my usual border of kind of a couple of millimeters around the edge there. And then layer up the next one. Just line it up. Again, if you're really picky, you could use wet glue to slide these next to each other to make sure you get them perfectly in line. That's perfectly acceptable. And the bit that really matters is that central bit, so that they butt right up next to each other nicely. Because actually your sentiment and your leaves is going to take away from any kind of wibbly wobbliness around the outside. So it's that central cross is the key bit that you want to make sure it all lines up nicely. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, so then we've got the sentiment. Remember what I said earlier on about when you've got lots of different layers and individual components, the way to pull that design all together is to make sure that your top layer is overlapping more than one element. So I've got it, yes, it's in this bottom quadrant here, but it's overlapping. The petals are just slightly overlapping that top right quadrant, and the rest of the frame is overlapping that bottom left quadrant. And then my sentiment goes in the middle there, and the leaves go at the back of the sentiment. So you could also have the leaves at the top there, and then you'd even include that top quadrant as well. In fact, let's try that, shall we, and see if that looks better. So what I'm going to do to start with, now I've decided on my layout, is I'm going to stick the leaves to the back of this white piece that my sentiment is on. So I'm just going to put a blob of the seal on the back, just in that top corner, and just stick them behind there, so that when I then come to layer it, it will all stay put where I want it to go. So same as we've done all evening, a few little dobs of multi-purpose glue. So you can slide it, but not too much, because you don't want to make too much of a mess. If you've got a sponge, you could always sponge this on if you wanted to. If you struggle to kind of get that really neat finish. Not going all the way around the edge with the glue though, just a few strategic kind of blobs here and there, and then just making sure that it does cover all of those 3 quadrants. And exactly the same as I've done before this evening. So I've just attached it loosely, open it out, give it a really good press from the back to stick it in the right place. There we go. And then that sentiment piece that already has the leaves attached, you can just line that up and stick that inside. And you can even do that with seal if you want to. You don't even have to use the wet glue for it. The key bit is to slide it in up to those leaves and then make sure you've got it inside the frame, obviously. And then finally, I've got a couple of those last remaining gems to use. So I'm just going to stick a couple of those down. This is from the matte dots. These ones are so popular that they're not at the moment orderable, but the shimmer ones are, and they're equally as beautiful. The matte ones will come back in. They're just out at the moment. There we go. So a slightly different take on that design. You tell me which one you like best. Which do you prefer? I've lost the lid of my seal, Evelyn, so if you find a lid to a stamping seal anywhere, it's mine. Okay, let's leave those there a minute. And then I will bring in all the other cards that we've made tonight. So we've got those two that we've just made. Let's put that one on the top there. Then we've got this one that we made just now. I'll get them on there. Not sure whether they're all going to fit under the camera or not. Let's have a look. I'm going to go out to the side a little bit. Then we've got this one. Actually, I'm going to have to go top and bottom with these, aren't I? Otherwise, they're not going to fit on. And we had short tails on the bow and long tails on the bow. And then this was the very first one that we did, which had the overlapping little flowers. Hello, Amber, just back from work. Oh, you're going to have to watch on the replay, I'm afraid. We've literally just finished our fourth card. Just so you know, though, when you're looking, we had a few internet issues tonight, so there are two videos, I'm afraid. So you'll need to go back to the first video first, to the beginning of this evening, and then this is the second video this evening. But these are the four cards that we've made. As you can see, I've got my samples here as well. There's a few different alternatives for you can step it up by adding a bit more detail to things. You can change the layering around a little bit. You can use just the papers. You can add more stuff from your own stash as well if you want to. So to give it a bit more depth and detail. So it's completely up to you. You mean you aren't going to do? No, I'm afraid I'm not going to do them all again just for you. I apologise for that, but I'm afraid not. No, sorry about that. And I also will share, there's another card that I want to share with you, which is the design that we made at Coffee Club this month, and that's this one. So this one is using the addition of the ribbon and some more of the patterned paper and the shimmer gems with this little split front design. So there's another little idea for you as well. I'll take photos of all of these over the coming days and share them here in the Facebook page so that you can see them with a bit more detail. Yeah, hope you've enjoyed doing those tonight. Okay, what else have I got to tell you? Let me just turn the camera around a moment. Where are we? Oh. No, there's Evelyn. There we go, that's better. Hello. Ooh, I'll back off a bit close to the camera there. Hello. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me this evening. I do apologise that I'm not sure what happened to the video. I don't know. The internet is a mystery to me. Anyway, so I said that I would run through the dates for next month because, again, the dates are just slightly tweaked next month because we're having a bit of a holiday at the end of the month. At the end of the GCSEs, we're going away. So Coffee Club is on the 13th of June, and it is obviously in person here in the daytime, on Zoom in the evening. And if you want to join Coffee Club and you are not signed up yet, I haven't prepped them yet, so you could sneak in still but you'd have to get in quick. Like, I will probably be doing prep over the weekend, so if you get in quick, then that'll be fine. Monthly card club. So this one with Kit in the Post on Facebook Live is the 20th of June. So that is the Thursday before the end of the month, so not the last Thursday of the month. It's like this, it's the third Thursday, I think it is, on Facebook Live. And of course I've got that the workshop that I was telling you at the beginning at Kempsford in the daytime on the 20th as well. If anyone's interested in joining that one, do let me know as well. And just final plug for the sweet share for this month is all the products that you've been using tonight. So all these beautiful patterned papers are in the sweet share. Also the in colour patterned papers as well are in the sweet share. You also get the coordinating cardstock so that you can make a card and you've got that coordination straight away. You get 1 metre of each of the ribbons as well. And you can, at the moment, you've got the option of either half a pack of shimmer gems, half a pack of the matte ones when they come back in stock, or you can have a whole pack of the shimmer gems if you want to. If you don't want to wait for the matte ones, you can have a whole pack of the shimmer gems if you want to instead. So really good offer. You've also got the stamp set and dies that we've used tonight, both the flowers and leaves and the sentiments, which you can add to the bundle if you want to. So completely up to you. But again, if you're interested in any of those, then do let me know before the end of the month so that I can get on and order them for you. Okay. So one final thing before we go, if I can get my catalogue, just want to show you what we're going to be using next month, because I know there's been a lot of requests over the last few months for mail card designs. So that is what we are going to do next month. We're going to be doing, if I can find it in here, just gone past it. Take to the Sky. Oop, there we go, can you see? So we've got old-fashioned aeroplanes and clouds and sentiments and maps and metalwork and all kinds of things. But yeah, so we're going to be using Take to the Sky next month for some more mail-ish card designs. If you're looking in the catalogue, page 36 and 37, if you want to have a look. That's what we're going to be using next month. I would love you to join me. There'll be an email out on my mailing list tomorrow for sign up. If you are in the UK, you can have a kit in the post. If you're not, you're welcome to join us on Facebook Live like Diane did tonight for free. So that would be lovely too. Okay, thanks everybody. Have a good evening. Take care. Bye-bye.